evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jackson High School, home of the Jackson Timberwolves. I'm Mark Hockett, along with Todd Elvig, bringing you the action this evening. Boys basketball on STSPN.com. Our presenting sponsor is Speedway Chevrolet, and make sure to check out Speedway Chevrolet in Monroe or online, as tonight should be a solid matchup. We've got the Lake Stevens Vikings coming in. They've got a record of 1-2. And the Jackson Timberwolves, also a record of 1-2, but they've played their opponents close. And so I think these teams kind of contrast a little bit in the sense that Lake Stevens has 6 seniors, Jackson has 2, and they lost 6 seniors from last season. So we'll see. Yeah, as Jackson is getting to know each other better, and they've got some new players on the roster that will add to what they are doing. And so, and the thing is, too, is you see teams almost develop at this point in time during the games itself. What you might see at the start of the game would be different than you'd see at the end of the game, because they're continuing to gel and develop as a team does, and a team that's working to improve and get better and get their record over 500. I want to take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Lake Stevens Vikings, Mark Heine's in his 17th year there. Great run for him, and starting as a 5'9 senior guard will be Jacob Ramirez. Also starting as a 5'11 senior guard, Ian Mahler. 6'3 senior forward, Joe Gonzalez. Also a 4th senior starting, 6'4 center, Deshaun McFerrin. And also as a forward, a junior at 6'2, Max Monoya. And so that is Jacob Ramirez, Ian Mahler, Joe Gonzalez, Deshaun McFerrin, and Max Monoya. And the assistant coaches are Dave Pickering and TJ Dodge. Now, taking a look at the Jackson Timberwolves, their head coach is Steve Johnson. He is in his 18th season, and he starts this lineup 6'3 junior guard Nick Sysom. Also starting as a 6'5 guard forward, junior Carter Korab. Starting as a 6'1 senior guard, Jesse Hoiby. A wing forward junior, 6'4 Bailey Harmon, and also as a 6'3 junior forward, Clay Courtwright. We'll be back with the start of the game right after this on STSPN.com. Oh, we need to get her name. She did a great job. Looks like a Jackson student out there by the way she's dressed. Really nailed the national anthem, and you like to get things rolling with that. We like to get those anthems on as much as we can, and I just see a familiar face walking in front of us right here, Brenda Black, longtime athletic trainer at Jackson High School. Brenda's always a great one to see out here, as Todd, part of the fun of what we get to do is see familiar faces. And those faces also include the officials. Let me get you who they are. Kevin Erickson, Brandon Moen, and Tony Burkhalter. Those are all very familiar names to us, so great to see them. It's the holiday season. We feel spirited and ready to go. The Lake Stevens Vikings making their way out on the court. They've got black uniforms, and it looks like they've got the lavender, the purple in the middle silhouetted, and then some gold in there as well. And so they're looking pretty stylish out there as they make their way out on the court. Looks like a couple of the guys have T-shirts underneath them. And the other guys like they got the cut-off sleeve look. Now here come the Jackson Timberwolves. They are in the white uniforms with the green numbers and trim, and we're ready to go. Let's do this and get going and see where it goes. JV-wise, it was Jackson over Lake Stevens, 68-59. Jackson will win the tip, and we are underway here at Jackson High School. Traveling called, a little slip right there. Some defense applied by Lake Stevens. Coming through that time was Joe Gonzalez. But the slip, is going down is Cyril's. He averages 17 points per game. We'll see him light it up some when he gets on offense again. Joe Gonzalez to inbound as Lake Stevens will head to the offensive end for the first time in this game. Again, Mark Ockett along with Todd Elvig joining you on the action. Now, that's a travel going the other direction. So we have one travel, one turnover in each team's possessions. And Todd, hopefully things clean up after that. And sometimes it's just getting rolling, and we know that they'll find their groove as they move along here. That's a good pull-up jumper. That was a nice move by Jesse Hoiby. Hoiby with a good touch on the mid-range jumper gets the Timberwolves up 2-0 here at Jackson. Ooh, almost an up and down call right there. Now watch those feet. Planks off the backside of the rim, and we got a grab. This is going to go against Jackson. That foul's on Jesse Hoiby. He's first foul, first team foul. No shots. They'll go out of bounds with it. Todd, I always enjoyed coming here. It's a big house. Big seating capacity, and you feel like you got a good amount of room. Of course, when they pack it up, you don't have as much room. We like to see the big crowds. Underneath, that's Deshaun McFerrin. This guy can score some points. McFerrin averaging already around 25 so far this year. And I'll break down how the games have gone and what they've got coming up for both teams throughout the evening. Again, great to have you with us on STSPN.com. Our presenting sponsor is Speedway Chevrolet, headquartered there in Monroe. That shot did not connect for Hoiby, as Lake Stevens will go the other way, left to right on your screen. That one gets away, but it was last touched by the Jackson Timberwolves. So just checking, is this it, Todd, for your final broadcast before Christmas?
No,
or
no.
You've got more coming?
We've got
Update me.
Jackson again here on Friday. That's
Okay.
Jackson girls against Kamiak. And then on Saturday, it's Everett versus Kingston.
Okay. So we're still seeing a lot of non-league action taking place.
Well, Jackson Kamiak is league.
Well, no, but you're saying Kingston,
yeah,
right?
that's getting into the
Still
Christmas
some of that going. That's a nice one inside. It's a 4-2 lead as the game was tied there briefly. Yeah, that starts wrapping up. You got the holiday tournaments, and Lake Stevens is going to be heading down to Phoenix.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. Sounds great. Oh, that came out of there. Spun a little bit too much, and getting the rebound, and really a nice step-in move coming through was Jacob Ramirez. That looked really good.
Well, I got to tell you, if Lake Stevens is judged on how they showed up, they got a big tour bus came in, and so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no kidding. The Vikings get the rebound. They come the other direction and tied up at 4. I just think we're going to have a tight one here tonight. Teams are pretty evenly matched. That's in and out of the cone. McFerrin should have had a bucket right there as the Jackson Timberwolves would go the other direction. Ooh, we missed that. Pretty close range. That was a good entry pass over to him by Cyril's. And we got shots. Nope, there's going to be an offensive foul.
We've got the coach cam tonight.
Held up a couple of fingers there, but that is out of bounds. Let's see. No, they didn't call it. They just said that it's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be Lake Stevens basketball. And 5:17 to go here in the first quarter as these teams mix and match offensively, defensively. He's got some baseline. And again, Ramirez with a strong move to the hoop, just didn't have what it needed to make the basket, and Korab pulls down the rebound. He averages about 8 rebounds per game as Jackson misfires, but they'll get it back for another crack at it as Hoiby has the basketball. pulls out of that. Didn't quite go the way he wanted. He had an open look that time, but as it turns out, McFerrin pulls down the board. McFerrin is a big guy out there. Underneath. 6-4. It's just been a 2-point lead for Jackson here in this first quarter. They've been up 2-0, 4-2, and now 6-4. So real close so far. We got a held ball, and it's going to give it back to the Jackson Timberwolves. Couple new players in for Lake Stevens. Tyson Iman now. This is a freshman to keep an eye on. He's been averaging 11 points per game. And then also they have brought in another player. They had to make some changes on their roster. Oh, look at that. Carter Korab comes through with the slam and takes it up to a 4-point lead. Todd, the biggest lead of the game. Still early for the Jackson Timberwolves. Jackson won both meetings last year. Strong board coming through is Clay Courtright. Hoiby. Now they're having a little difficulty inside. That gives some credit also to Lake Stevens for blocking things out. That's good ball movement right there, but Jackson closes the gap. You're not getting in the lane on that. A one-on-one play right there as Hoiby tries to shut him off. Cannot do so. That's Colby Kim coming through with the 2 points. Jackson's getting a couple of cracks at it, more than not. You can see that one. It's like, is that going to get there or not? Again, here's 3 chances at getting a basket right here as Hoiby has it. Now they get, and looking at the clock, there's 18 up there. Of course, in boys basketball, you got 35 seconds. Good defense. Yep, they make it happen. Oh, those are the ones you want back later on. There's no doubt about it. You want it back right now, as a matter of fact. Sweet move that time by Jalen Searles. Boy, I tell you, he just glided. That's how it looked. 4-point lead. So now the biggest lead again for the Jackson Timberwolves. McFerrin. And we got it, looks like a foul away from the basketball. And that would go against Jackson. That's going to go against Nick Sysom, his first. Team foul number 2. Todd, we always have to kind of adjust around here because you got the one scoreboard to our right that some of the score numbers get blocked out by the basketball standard up there and the 24-second clock. So then you got the one to the left. So it's like you have to get into the mechanics of what's going to work right here. So Lake Stevens will inbound, down by 4. McFerrin with the basket. He's got 4. Again, keep an eye on him because he's going to light it up. He's got the wide body and moves around the court pretty well.
Yeah, we talked about scoreboards last time we were here. We were wondering why the score clock is not on both standards.
I think I know. Maybe.
Go
Traveling
ahead.
call, because I was thinking about the same thing earlier. That's going to be the second turnover for Lake Stevens. I'm wondering if, because of from this angle, if it was up there, it would block more of the scoreboard over there. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it's on the wall.
That's pretty good.
On that side. You know, for a Coug, not bad, huh? And so, you know, it's on the wall there, but it's up on the standard over on the other side, the east side of the gym. A little nice pass inside. That should count and be a foul. Okay, so what looked good right there was Korab getting the basket off the pass that time from Searles. Searles has had a couple of real strong passes so far in this game as Korab's going to go to the line with 1 shot and a chance to put the Timberwolves up by their biggest amount in this game.
Searles was our player of the game last game.
And the foul that time, he makes the shot. Foul that time was on Tyson Iman, his first team foul. And Lake Stevens now down by 5 points. Jackson's biggest lead at 13-8. And that was, let's see, the second trip to the line. First trip to the line for the Jackson Timberwolves. Lake Stevens has not been there as of yet. Driving through, another good looking move that time by Colby Kim. He's penetrated through a couple of times here in this first quarter, has 4 points, and helps keep Lake Stevens right there. Todd, have you had a chance yet to get to the new Lake Stevens gym?
I have not.
I haven't been there yet, but Tom Lafferty sent me a picture last week, and boy, it looks good. High-end, state-of-the-art. The scoreboard itself is really nice. Look, it's one that can turn, it looks like, from scoreboard to message board, that type of thing, which you're going to see that wave of the future as long as when we know our good friends at Daktronics just continue to push the limits of scoreboard development, especially when you can hook into them and have the accurate time.
Well, I keep thinking that they need to have a scoreboard and a video board because these classic scoreboards
are what now?
These classic scoreboards are easy to
oh, yeah, okay.
hook to for us.
Yeah.
But also easy to read for parents.
That's true. Jackson, 14 on the shot clock. They had plenty of time. And we're going to have a foul. This is going to go against Lake Stevens. Lake Stevens with their second foul of the quarter and a game. That's going to go against McFerrin. And that's his first foul, second team foul. In for Lake Stevens will be Max Wanoya. He's in for the second time. He started in the game. Also in for Jackson will be Nick Erickson. He is a junior. Coming out of the lineup is Clay Courtwright. 3-point lead for the Timberwolves. They throw it away on the inbound pass. With the pick and going to down again is Kim. Not afraid to take it in. Jackson with the board. That's going to Searles. And it's going to go out of bounds. Looks like last touch by Lake Stevens. 19 on the clock, and Jackson will have the basketball. Thanks for being with us on STSPN.com. You're talking about Searles being the player of the game previously, and we do have the Adrenaline fundraising T-shirt for player of the game, in which we award during the post-game interview. Okay, what can Jackson do here? He looks like they want to go with the work for the one shot, and that's not going to happen. They're going to lose the handle on it. They've turned it over now 3 times. 4 seconds. Over in the corner. Not going to drop in there. And that one, I don't think would have accounted. It's the end of the quarter. We got a close one here at Jackson High School. Figured these teams would be pretty evenly matched. So far, that's what we're seeing. 3-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves, 13-10 on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Again, thank you to McDaniel's Do It Center in Snohomish, a charter STSPN.com sponsor. They are a charter. They got on in the beginning, and they keep riding this great wave. And Todd, you're getting an opportunity once again to do a lot of games, and I think everybody really appreciates that. I know I do. I know Tom Lafferty does. Scott, Steve, the guys who announce for you, and then the fans, you get some good feedback, real good feedback. That's a missed shot to start the second quarter. 3-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves.
You know, the guys in the truck, they love doing the games too.
The guys in the truck, yeah. He was riding him real tight over there as Hoiby gets fouled. That foul was on Jacob Ramirez, his first foul, third team. Jackson has 2 team fouls. No one with more than 1 foul on each team. The Hoiby will inbound on the right baseline. Just underway here in the second quarter. STSPN.com. Had to go a ways to get that one in there, and that I'll tell you, that Colby Kim, been fun to watch so far. Coming off the bench, getting 4 points, there in the first quarter, and he isn't shy, taking it inside and playing some good defense. Rebound grabbed by Lake Stevens. Here they come. McFerrin, he's making it happen once again. He now has 6 points, his first 2 here in the second quarter, and just like that, it's a 1-point game. It was a 5-point lead for Jackson in that first quarter, and then Lake Stevens has whittled away at it in a close matchup here at Jackson High School. We always like to have you joining us. You know, I got grandparents and different family members from around the country and sometimes outside the United States. So hello to all of you, and thank you for being a part of this.
Well, we'll give you an update by the end of the broadcast.
You know, I always love that. We have fun with that. That's going to go out of bounds. In for Jackson will be Dominic Hellman. He is a sophomore. Replaces junior Nick Erickson. And Lake Stevens with Kim at the controls will come out of backcourt. Down by 1 point. Now, they have not led in this game. It's been tied a couple of times at 2-2 and 4-4. And then Jackson got up to an 8-4 lead. McFerrin just doesn't get that one to drop. He's had a couple come out of there that you thought were going to go. If he did, he'd have 10 points by now. Hoiby kind of flings one up there. Getting the rebound is Joe Gonzalez. Here comes Lake Stevens pretty quick out of backcourt. Good ball movement there, but kind of sloppy going inside. That's going to be last touch by Lake Stevens. Searles gets a breather. He comes back in for the Timberwolves and will replace Carter Korab. Don't expect him to be on the bench too long, especially in a 1-point game like this. Both those guys started tonight.
Once they start heating up, though.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still fairly early into this one, and, you know, I think we're going to see it. You had an overtime game the other day, right?
Yeah, against Meadowdale. Boy, that was a really good game.
I think we could be looking at something similar here tonight.
Really
Turnaround
physical.
Jumper, beautiful. Jordan Collins gets that one. His first 2 points of the game, and that's from Searles. Searles has had some really nice passes. He averages 17 a game, but he also knows how to find guys. And he's just real smooth. That foul is going to go on Deshaun McFerrin. Should be his first foul. I think they changed one, so that's going to be fourth team foul.
Number 20?
Yeah.
Well, I like that haircut.
No, wait a minute. That's going to go against Jackson. Hold on. Dominic Hellman.
Hellman,
So that
I like that haircut.
Yeah, I'm just looking. That's their third. I got to get caught up with that scoreboard where they put that up there finally. It goes out of bounds. Lake Stevens will give it another shot. Now down by 3 points. And if you're them, you definitely want to keep it close because Jackson looked like they might have started to want to or be heading in the direction of pulling away, and that one swatted out of there. But Jackson throws it. That's got to be a foul right there.
He couldn't stop. He couldn't put the brakes on.
No. 5 turnovers for the Jackson Timberwolves, 3 for Lake Stevens, and the foul indication coming up. Foul is on Jalen Searles, his fourth team foul. 2 shots, and at the line is Joe Gonzalez. No points in the game. And Lake Stevens attempting their first foul shot, and it is perfect. Right down the chute. The first quarter, Jacob Ramirez had 2 points, Colby Kim with 4, and Sean McFerrin with 4 points. Second one on the money. Over on the other side, Nick Sysom had 2. Carter Korab had 5. Jesse Hoiby 4. 2 for Jalen Seals. And that's it.
They keep measuring for that outside shot.
They sure do. Oh, look at that. That would have been really sweet. McFerrin gets it done. He's got 8 points now. You know, the big thing that happens, and that's where you see the growth on these players as far as their maturity of their game, is when you drive in like that and you make the shot, you know, because sometimes it takes all the effort just to get in there, and then at the very end, you don't necessarily have a lot left to make that basket or know where the basket is. That's another thing, is like Michael Jordan, of course, always knew where the basket was, and that's a big reason his career was so successful. LeBron James, and that comes with time. Hoiby pulls that down. He's going coast to coast. I think the arm was going that time. Yes, it was. Hoiby's going to be called for the foul. That's his second foul, 5th team foul, 3rd here in the second quarter after just 2 in that first quarter. Lake Stevens making a substitution. Manoa is into the lineup. Max Manoa, the junior. No, Vikings, by the way, up by the 1 point, and they have their first lead of the game. Been tied twice, but now they're finally on top, and that's going to go out of bounds. Turnover number 4. So you take a look at that. It was 13-8, and since that time, the Vikings have outscored Jackson 8-2. Now let's see where the senior experience with the 6 seniors for the Lake Stevens Vikings starts to come into play more and more throughout this event. Good block, and now a held ball. The arrow keeps it with the Jackson Timberwolves. 3:54 to go in the second quarter. Also a great thank you to G&S Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning. Great to have them as a sponsor. Check them out. G&S Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning. Inbound pass. Searles
comes
down
up lame
inside.
out of that one.
It almost looked like there was some contact there. I think he might have got all ball. At least we didn't. They're letting him play right there.
I think he turned his foot there as he was jumping for it.
You know, kind of a cool idea, and it looks like it's going to work out. That pass looked a little crazy going in there, but McFerrin gets a handle on it, and he can be very dangerous underneath. Makes the basket. That extends the lead to 3 points. And the foul this time is going to go on Dominic Hellman, his second, 6th team foul. And they switch around. Hellman's going to come out of the game. And McFerrin now with 10 points, his first trip to the foul line, and nails it. They are 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. He's got 11 points. 4-point lead. Their biggest lead of the game. Jackson going around the horn, down low, looking good. Courtright getting the basket off yet another great pass from Searles. I've got him for 4 assists, and he just is really good at finding guys. McFerrin having trouble getting a handle. Held ball is a pretty quick whistle on that, but they didn't want it to get. Yeah, it was like he barely got a hand on it. And Lake Stevens will have the basketball. Just a little over 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. It was 13-10. Jackson on top at the end of the first quarter. Not a high-scoring games by any means at this point. I thought that was dropping in there. We've had a couple. They might need to check that out there. The hoop is spit a couple 3 out of there. That foul goes against Lake Stevens. It will be against Max Manoa, his first, team foul number 4.
If people see the cameras move, it's these.
You got the coach's cam. This is something.
Well, crowd cam, coach's cam.
Yeah, very
cam.
versatile cam is what it is. It's a multi-purpose cam.
Yeah.
2-point lead. Lake Stevens on top. Took it at 16-15. Jackson had the big lead at 13-8. So Lake Stevens seizing momentum. Inside. That's a good move. Jordan Collins. He's got 4 points all in the quarter, and we are tied at 19, tied for the 3rd time in this one. Out of bounds. Kim didn't get the advantage that time, and it's going to go back to the Jackson Timberwolves. Each team now with 5 turnovers. And Lake Stevens has a chance to set up some defense, put a little pressure and heat on in backcourt. Searles back up top. Over to the right side, Sysom. Here's Searles with a bomb from way outside. He hasn't launched like that yet in the game, and a big miss. Vikings coast to coast. That's beautiful. The freshman, Tyson Iman. Boy, let's see what they're talking about. Only freshman on either team. Keep an eye on that guy. Just no.
They are not hitting those.
Did not hit that, and it just sounded weird coming off the basket. 2 shots, it looks like. That foul is going to go against Jordan Collins, his first. Team foul number 7. Heading to the line is Iman. So far, Lake Stevens is 3 for 3 from the line. Jackson 1 for 1. Now they're 3 for 4. Iman has the 2 points he just got of that great move, and I don't know how he squeezed that ball in off the basket on that play. Jordan Collins is going to come out. Cooper Smith in. It's kind of real cool in the sense that these 2 coaches have faced each other a lot through the years. You're talking average of 17 and a half years at each of their schools. That second shot is good. 3-point lead. Back up there again for Lake Stevens. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Didn't hear a whistle, but it's pretty obvious, and the Vikings will get it. Now they have an opportunity to get a 5 or 6 point lead. Good matchup here tonight at Jackson High School in Mill Creek. Great to have you with us on STSPN.com. Oh, I see we got timeout. I said that's pretty close to a travel call right there. 1:11 to go, second quarter. Good game, 22-19. We'll be back with more.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
We are back live here at Jackson High School, and thank you for joining us here tonight. A 13-10 lead for Jackson at the end of the first quarter. Now it's 22-19. Oh, quick inbound pass. Lake Stevens has owned the second quarter, and a missed shot that time as Jackson will get the board, and coming up on 1 minute to go in the second quarter.
I think Jackson was ready for that inbound.
Yeah, no, that was pretty quick. There's a pass, Searles. Worked it well over on the left side. That's beautiful. That's a three-pointer right there. So Sysom gets the three-pointer off the pass from Clay Courtright, and they move the ball really well. Tied up for the 4th time tonight, 22 apiece here, as Lake Stevens looking around, and the Jackson defense popping out, getting pretty tight on these guys. Forcing the missed shot right there, but Lake Stevens is going to get another crack at it. There's that freshman Tyson Iman again. Quick release from the mid-range area. You got to be pretty darn good to be getting good playing time, to averaging in double figures for a 4A school as a freshman, Todd.
That is, I mean, with the size of Lake Stevens,
yeah,
if you're a freshman, you're
that's
playing.
That's right.
You know, he's not even at the school. If he's a freshman.
Oh, that's right.
He's over at the...
Yeah. Into the game is Jackson's Jordan Collins. This is 3-year high school, at that, or he's over at the freshman campus.
That's correct.
Okay, a miss off the left side by Searles, and we have a 2-point game going into halftime. How about that? Very entertaining one here tonight, as these two teams real close in what they have on the court. Should make for a great second half, and we're really happy to have you with us on STSPN.com. We'll take our halftime break. Todd, we will have highlights in the halftime break too, right?
We will.
Sounds good. All right, back with more.
You know what I wanted to say? I'm surprised that...
We on?
Yeah.
We're still on the air?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm surprised that Lake Stevens kids didn't travel very well.
There's nobody over there, is there?
No, when we did the Meadowdale game the other night,
yeah,
it was packed.
Isn't that something?
Absolutely packed.
And those were Meadowdale students in,
well,
right?
Meadowdale on the Meadowdale side.
And Jackson over there.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not really rivals. They're not really rivals, more like these guys are.
Yeah, I mean, that is really surprising. Now that you mention, I'm looking over there going, no, there's nobody over there.
Although the parents' side's pretty packed.
Yeah, the parents are supporting well. So, all right, now we'll officially take a break. Thanks for pointing that out. We'll be back with more.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200-plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
As we had a basket by Jalen Searles, and then coming back is Jackson the other direction, and getting a basket was Carter Korab, and then he was fouled. Missed a foul shot. Also, that takes it up to it's a 26-24 lead. Searles gets the ball off the pick, puts it up and in, and welcome back as it's a 4-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves. We just had to align something to get us started here in the second half, and we are fully back, so that is good. Lake Stevens with the ball. They're now going from your right to left in the black uniforms. Jackson in the white uniforms going from left to right. Way off the mark. Searles gets the rebound. He might be looking at a big half. He's already got 4. Only had 2 in the first half. Puts that one in. Beautiful move. Just soft touch off. A quiet 2 in the first half. And that foul is going to go against Lake Stevens' John Gonzalez, his first. Second team foul. Searles misses the shot. That makes them 1 for 3 from the foul line. Leading scorer at the end of the first half was Korab with 5 points, all in the first quarter. Mark Ockett, Todd Elvig with you here on STSPN.com. Thanks also to Gene Johnson Plumbing. Appreciate their sponsorship. Count that basket and 1 for Joe Gonzalez. Seeing some three-point play situations here early on. That foul goes against Nick Sysom, his second. First team. 1 shot for Gonzalez. He is 2 for 2 from the line so far this evening. Not going to connect on that one. 30-26. It was a 6-point lead for Jackson there at 30-24. They come out on an 8-0 run. So that 6-point lead, their biggest of the game. 4 points, the biggest lead for Lake Stevens. Lead switching hands twice. It's been tied 5 times. Lots of time on the shot clock as Hoiby goes around Searles. He finds Korab off the front of the rim and quickly going the other direction. Jacob Ramirez over on the right side. Way off the backside. Here's Searles again. Watch this move. Yeah, thing is, drew the foul, didn't make the basket, but he's got to have 2 shots coming up. He's already got 6 in the quarter. It's a little over 2 minutes in. That foul whistled against Ian Mahler, his first. Team foul number 3. Searles with the first shot. Ooh, didn't work out. Now 0 for 2 from the line. That's really important, too, that he starts finding his zone here, because of taking it in like he has been. You want to start connecting on those foul shots if you get them, as this has been a close game. It's up to a 5-point lead for Jackson. They were up 13-8 in the first quarter, and ended 13-10 at the end of the quarter, and then down by 2 at halftime. Searles with a pick. Hoiby going to pull up for a big one. Comes out of there. McFerrin with the rebound. Double teamed, and Searles takes it, jams it. 9 points in the quarter. Jackson with a 7-point lead, their biggest lead of the game. You got to think there might be a timeout coming up here. That goes out of bounds off the pressure from Jackson. We got a timeout. I was waiting to see if that was going to happen, and Mark Hines certainly not happy with what he's seeing out there, as Jackson has blasted out here in the second half. They've scored 11 points to just 2 for Lake Stevens. And we'll be back with more here on STSPN.com. Welcome back to Jackson High School. Timberwolves off to an 11-2 run to start the third quarter here on STSPN.com. Not even 3 minutes into it is big quarter so far for Jalen Searles. He's got 9 in the quarter, 11 in the game. He is tied for leading scorer with Deshaun McFerrin of the Lake Stevens Vikings. Push. That goes against Joe Gonzalez. Second foul, team foul number 4. 1 team foul so far for Jackson here in the second half. They had 7 in that first half. Hoiby. Another grab. This is going to, I think, go against Gonzalez. He was right there. It does. It's his third, and got to see a substitution coming for him. Brandon Palico will come in, wearing number 0. Tight defense right there, near foul by Ramirez. Yeah, there's the whistle. He was riding him tight even before he got the ball. That foul is going to go against Ramirez, his second. Team foul number 6. They're really racking him up. They're in bonus coming up here right after when they get the next one. Jackson's shooting right up there really quickly in the third quarter.
I think Steve
Cyril's
Johnson made
big
some
3-1. That's a thud off the backside. He hasn't had any success from three-point land, but a great rebound by Korab. Chased down by Hoiby to get the basketball, and here he goes. Korab again averages just under 10 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. Nice combination. Hoiby had a good stretch in there, getting in there, but couldn't close it off. That one's going the other direction as Lake Stevens will get it back. They'll bring in Ian Mahler now. Saw some action late in that first half. Yeah, there's about 4 numbers that they switched around that weren't on the rosters. That either were on wescoathletics.com or what they handed out here tonight. So we got that straightened out. Colby Kim is out there now. Keep close eye on him. He could be a catalyst in bringing Lake Stevens back in this game. He had 4 points and penetrated well in that first half. He got those actually all in the first quarter, which really helped keep them in that game, especially when they were down 13-8, and then they started climbing back into it and eventually took a 16-15 lead.
There's some controversy. Something's going on.
Yeah, something's going on. We're looking out there. I think they've settled it. Kick. Lake Stevens keeps it.
I think
Jackson
they're
sitting
coming
on
over
the
here for
7-point.
replay.
Yeah. Stop by the STSPN table and .com table and let's take a look at this. Kim again directing traffic. McFerrin setting a screen out there. Quick pass. Can he nail it? He does. So inside out is Kim is able to find his teammate there for the big blast from outside on the left side. That is Ian Mahler. A 3-pointer, and that is what they needed. Closes the gap to 4 points, just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And it's been like this throughout the entire game. If you're just tuning in, these two teams have really played evenly. As soon as one gets up a little bit, the other one's done a good job of coming back. Open man, way short. Good rebound by Hoiby. He just fought for that. They're going to get a third crack at it and finally get the job done. That's Carter Korab. He's got 9 points now for the Jackson Timberwolves. It's back up to a 6-point lead. Kim with the basketball. That's the freshman Iman back out there again. He had a couple of great baskets in that first half. McFerrin loses the basketball. 8 turnovers for Lake Stevens. Jackson with 7. Underneath. Comes loose and Jackson gives it up. So we had another foot on that ball right there with exactly 3 minutes to go. Third quarter action.
I don't think Steve Johnson was happy with the no call.
Special thank you to Fred's Rivertown Ale House, also another charter sponsor from the creation of STSPN.com back in the 1890.
Yeah.
Lake Stevens with the basketball. Good defense by Jackson to force him out high. They sag back a little bit now Got to work hard to stop McFerrin. He wants it. He gets it. His first 2 points, though, of the second half, 13. He had a real strong second quarter with 7. He scored 4 in the first quarter.
He's a big body. I think he's kind of hard to block out.
He is. They'll end up with the basketball again, a forced, and now 9 turnovers for the Jackson Timberwolves. Looks good from here. A little short, though. Another foul coming up. That is going to go against Lake Stevens. That's going to be team foul number 7. And that foul is going to be whistled against Max Monoa. His third foul, again, team foul number 7. Hoiby's going to go to the foul line. He'll have 1 and 1 to help extend that Jackson lead with 2:19 to go in the third quarter. Well, he's not able to do so. He just gets the one shot. But again, Jackson pulling the rebound down, firing it up after getting the rebound initially is Korab, and he's going to be fouled with his third trip to the foul line. That's going to go against Deshaun McFerrin. That's his third foul. Team foul number 8. Korab goes to the foul line and has 2 shots. He was in the act of shooting. 9 points in the game. Lefty shooter, right on the money. Back in for Jackson will be Cooper Smith. As I said at the onset of the broadcast, and Todd, we've seen this, where a team will actually, you can see them grow and develop within a game this early in the season especially, because they're really trying to get all those parts to fit together. Hits them both. 6-point lead for Jackson, second biggest lead of the game, their biggest at 7, 33-26. Looking sharp right now as we come up on the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. That was a nice looking play right there, but he just couldn't get that shot to drop, and they needed that one. There's Kim. This guy has played great on both ends of the court. Look at that. Oh, that was beautiful. Gets it to Ian Mahler. That combination's worked a couple of times. Oh, that just was fun to watch right there. Now Lake Stevens, here they come. Down by 4. Trying to close that gap a little bit more, but don't play sloppy. You got to have an agenda is what you want to do right here. That's tapped away, and Jackson's going to get it back. Vikings with their 9th turnover of the game. Actually, those numbers are pretty low. Hoiby driving in. That swat by Searles did not go in. Pretty close. And Lake Stevens has it again, and they kind of slow the tempo up. You don't have to rush here. The play intensity got going there a little bit, but right now just be patient and work for a good shot. McFerrin up high, and he wants to take it short. It seems out of his range. He's more inside guy. That's what we've seen from him all night long, too.
That was almost a shot clock violation.
Yeah, he's going to come out of the game, and Jackson will have the basketball. Up by 4 points with exactly 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Mark Aka, Todd Elvig bringing you the action on STSPN.com. Searles just, again, gliding through there off the pass from Jordan Collins. And now he has 11 in the quarter, 13 in the game. Big quarter for him. Three-pointer! Tyson Hyman. His first 3-ball of the game, he's got 8 points, and they have him averaging 11 points so far per game. And it is a 3-point contest, 39-36 Searles. Good looking move. Adjusted well, and his big quarter continues, Todd. 13 points in the quarter, averages 17 per game, 15 points in the game, and the clock winding down. Shot clock is dead. Lake Stevens looks to go for the one shot, close the gap. Kim had a great move, but too much on it, comes out of there. They get the board, that's Jackson, and Searles rolls that one off on the attempted dunk. The other direction on the right side, they miss a shot, and that's going to end the quarter. So we're looking at a 5-point game, still anybody's game here tonight as Lake Stevens and Jackson go at it. 41-36. We'll have the fourth and exciting quarter coming up here on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Jackson nearly doubling up their point output from the first half with 19 in the third quarter alone after getting 22 in the first half, and now have a 5-point lead as we get action started here in the fourth quarter on STSPN.com.
Pretty
Close
good battle.
matchup. Yeah, it really has been, and it continues to be. That's a make. That would was like a must make because he had a real nice wide open look there and didn't connect on it. As Jackson gets the rebound, they'll go the other direction.
There's that long reach of Cyril's.
He really has it. 13 points last quarter, 15 in the game. Leading scorer for both teams. Batted around, and Lake Stevens gets it back. Every time down is important for them so that it doesn't spill. Look at that block by Cyril's from McFerrin. The span comes through again for Jalen Cyril's. He took that one out of the jet stream. Jackson gets it again. Lake Stevens now with 11 turnovers.
That
Jackson
was again
with 10.
Cyril's.
Yeah, Cyril's has been doing it.
Because he's got a reach that's just unbelievable.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that colleges take a look at. They love that long wingspan. He also looks like he's going to need to fill out a little bit more, and probably will. He's a senior. Missed shot by Jackson. Kim.
Move by Kim.
That combination again. That's worked 3 times. Kim finds Ewan Mahler. And Kim's had a great night, too. So is Mahler now. He's got 7 points. It is a 3-point lead for Jackson. Lake Stevens tightens up the defense. Jackson over on the right side. Good shot. Jordan Collins sneaking through with 6 points tonight, and every one of them has been a smart basket. He's looked good in the process. Lake going to drive in now. That's Kim. He likes that guy, Ian Mahler. Tyson, short. Not doing well on their 3-point attempts. Stolen by Tyson. Lake Stevens into front court. McFerrin got fouled. He's going to have 2 shots. Almost a chance for a 3-point play. And Lake Stevens hanging right in there. That foul is called against Dominic Hellman. His 3rd foul, 2nd team. Keep in mind that Lake Stevens has 8 team fouls. Jackson only has 2. They got a lot of fouls to give if it gets real tight. McFerrin at the foul line. Thuds that first one. He's 1 for 2 from the line. Lake Stevens has attempted 8 foul shots, made 5. And these points get more and more important as that clock winds down. He doesn't hit either one of them. That's costly, but they get the rebound. Long one. Foul underneath. That is going to go against Jackson. And once again, it's against Hellman. That would be his 4th. 3rd team foul. We have a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout called by Jackson. We'll be back with more here on STSPN.com. They'll make it a 60.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
We're live at Jackson High School. Jackson Timberwolves leading 43-38 over the Lake Stevens Vikings, fourth quarter. Mark Ockett, Todd Elvig here on STSPN.com. We got a foul.
Wow, just that
called
quick.
against Jackson, and that's going to go on Hellman again. That's his fifth. He's out 3 of them in this quarter in a very short period of time. Clay Courtwright, who has just 2 points, enters back in. He started the game tonight. So Hellman is done. And Lake Stevens down by 5. McFerrin ends up with the basketball, goes inside, gets the job done against Courtwright. Mismatch there. 15 now for McFerrin. He and Searles are tied for top scorers in the game. 3-point contest. Jackson working it around, taking a little time here to set up for something they'd really like. There's Hoiby. That looks off the mark. It is. Lake Stevens ends up with the board coming out of backcourt. Ramirez and saw some contact. It's ball contact. Losing the handle on it is Ramirez. And again, that's Searles reaching in over there with those long arms and getting the job done.
Came off his knee.
And is he eligible to get player of the game again, or do we want to switch it around? No, we're going to take him off the board, but I'll tell you what, he has played a great game. Korab's also played a really nice one out there tonight. Hoiby's been handling the ball so much, he's done well.
I don't
Jackson
know if
up by 3 points.
Shirt big enough for the big guy.
Oh, you mean like over for Lake Stevens?
Yeah.
Yeah, if this turns their way, he'd certainly be a top candidate. Thrown away. Lake Stevens ends up with it. 3-ball would tie it right here on this trip down. With the getting the pass that time and going in is Ramirez. We have a grab. That is going against Jackson. They're starting to add the fouls up now. Foul goes against Nick Sysom, his 3rd foul. 5th team foul, 8 for Lake Stevens. Those are starting to even up. It was 8-1 earlier. Hyman off the mark. He's had a little trouble with those 3-pointers. Hit 1, but missed 3 of them. Bump, no foul. 2-on-2 right there. Inside, missed shot. McFerrin ends up with the board. Here comes Lake Stevens again, down by the 3 points. Near in the midway mark of the 4th quarter. Nearly thrown away. Jackson able to maintain possession. Hoiby comes the other way. Sysom, 3-ball, off. Hyman, I don't know how he didn't go out of bounds, was a miracle, and he ends up losing the dribble, and Jackson gets it back. Near foul, no foul. Contact it looked like, but they didn't whistle anything. And we got a timeout called by Jackson. This one continues to be interesting. Again, the officials for tonight's game, Kevin Erickson, Brandon Moen, and Tony Burkhalter. 43-40, want to keep it right here. And so again, the games you have coming up for the remainder, Friday night is?
Here against Kamiak, that's going to be a girls game. And then Saturday we've got Everett Boys against Kingston.
Okay.
And then there's a little bit of a break, but then the 27th we start 4 games a day up there at Glacier Peak, top of the Peak tournament. That's bringing in some clubs from all across the state.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. We enjoyed doing that last year in the maiden voyage of it. It went really well. And actually I got the first 2 games that day.
Yes, you do.
Noon and 2, and probably do a couple more on the Monday, and then you'll have Tom Lafferty and some other guys involved in it as well. So we all get a chance with 12 games. And it's right there in your backyard practically, so that works out. In fact, I think you do extend all the power from your backyard.
Well, pretty much. We're going to bring in the full production.
Yeah, you have it
for that.
Everything. You don't have to go far. Underneath, count that basket. That is Korab. He's got a foul shot coming up. Great pass inside. The foul goes against Joe Gonzalez. That would be his 4th, 19th foul. Korab now with 15 points in the game, goes to the foul line. He's 3 for 4 so far. Tries to put a ribbon around this 3-point play and give Jackson a 6-point lead. Down it goes. 5 points in the quarter, 16 in the game. He is now the leading scorer for the Jackson Timberwolves and both teams. Leg ball. Hyman, McFerrin, he doesn't want to be denied. He won't be denied.
He's just such a big force under the hoop.
Yeah, really hard to stop. There's nobody on the opposition that matches up with him physically, and you don't see a lot of guys that size. I mean, he's not only tall, but he's also got the width and the strength in there as well. Oh, that's deflected out of there. Blake Stevens ends up with it. Here they come again. Doing a great job of hanging in there, but miss off the left side, and Searles ends up with the rebound. He's had a complete game here tonight. Doing everything well. Hoiby. Jackson with 2 seniors, 6 juniors, 4 sophomores, no freshmen, total of 12 on their roster. They lost 6 players due to graduation, and good players from last year's team that made it to the state tournament. If that would have gone in, Kim really a little errant and wild on the end of that there, and Jackson ends up with it, up by 4 points. Their biggest lead has been 7. Swatted out of there. Hoiby ends up with it. We got player on the ground, player down, and a foul. That is going to be on McFerrin. Let's look and see. That is number 4. 10th team foul, double bonus. Hoiby's going to go to the foul line. What's that?
Did the lights get dim in here all of a sudden? It was like, let's see what that foul was down there. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, short. And keep track of that. 2:17 to go in the 4th quarter. This has been fun because it's been like this from start to now.
Absolutely. It's been a
that
battle.
makes it really enjoyable to announce and fun for the players. And our viewers, I'm sure, enjoying it as well. A nice close game, and still don't have an idea who's going to win this one yet. Jackson's been in the lead throughout most of it, but still.
I think it's been within 3 is the average time to score. It's been within 3 points most of the game.
Hoiby hits the second foul shot. 5-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves. Kim with the ball. Underneath, McFerrin double teamed. He still wanted to make it happen. 16 on the shot clock.
I think that's the first time I saw him
Under
deny
2
it.
minutes to go. There's McFerrin underneath. We got a whistle, a grab. I think that's going to, it depends on whereabouts they felt it was. I think it was before the shot was taken. Foul's going to go against Clay Courtright. His first foul. 16 foul. There will not be shots. Lake Stevens will have the ball. They're down by 5 points. Their biggest lead tonight has been 4. There's an inbound pass that, man, you got to hit those. They've had some bad luck with those 3-pointers. And really, Todd, Jackson should just take some time off. You see they've slowed things up a little bit, going to more of a half-court offense right here. And really, you got 20 seconds on the shot clock. Don't rush it. Hoiby doesn't need to rush it right here. Burn another 6-7 seconds off, then all right, Searles is going to go in. Offensive foul. That puts it back in the hands of the Lake Stevens Vikings.
Boy, that Kim, he is really fast, isn't he?
He is. So that goes on Searles. Second, 17, 1:24 to go, 4th quarter, 5-point game. I tell you what would be big here, and they've had real bad luck with it here in this half, is hitting a 3-pointer. Lake Stevens hit a couple in that 3rd quarter, but after that, no. And they've taken several here in the 4th quarter. Hyman, again short. That would have been 3. Sysom gets the rebound. Searles, Hyman on him tight. Searles coming out of backcourt again. They can work time off the clock. 1 minute now, under a minute to go. 4th quarter action here at Jackson. The Timberwolves up by 5, trying to even their record to 2-2. Off the mark. Kim, watch the speed of this guy. Roadrunner coming the other direction. Dumps a pass off. Gonzalez, yes. Timeout called by Lake Stevens. We'll take a timeout. 3-point game. 41 seconds to go. Stay with us. STSPN.com.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Welcome back. We're at Jackson High School. It's a 3-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves. Lake Stevens just got it a little bit closer. And now, after calling the timeout, they set up defensively against Jackson. A steal and a big basket or 3-point play. 3-point would give Lake Stevens a tie, but they foul. They've already got into double bonus. That one is going to be Ian Mahler called for the foul. Second foul, 2 shots for Hoiby. Jesse Hoiby going the other direction. Now he averages 15 per game, but he's only got 5 so far and no field goals since the first quarter when he hit a couple. First shot, good. 2 for 3 from the line. In for Jackson is Clay Courtright.
That puts him at 4.
4-point differential here. Big foul shot. Misses. Hoiby gets the rebound, goes right in. Gets it done. That's a huge basket. Takes it to 6. Coming up on 30 seconds to go. And you got to make some magic right here. Kim driving in. Loses a handle. Gonzalez. Nope. That's out of bounds with 17 to go. Lake Stevens is going to have the basketball, but they're down by 6 points. That's a 2-possession game at this point, and man, inbounds knocked out of bounds by Searles. Stays with Lake Stevens and takes a little smidgen off the clock. Vikings to inbound.
I sure like Steve Johnson. He's an active coach, boy.
He is. Done a great job here. Took him to state again last year. Out of bounds. Well, I think that puts the dagger in there. Jackson will have the basketball. 13.8 to go on the clock and the 6-point lead. Key is getting it inbounded in time here. As you see, Lake Stevens up tight. And they'll probably foul, and there it is. That's going to go against Ian Mahler, his 3rd double bonus, so they go the other direction again. And that's going to set a Jackson player to the foul line with 2 shots. Lake Stevens started the year with a 60-59 tough loss to the Everett Seagulls on December 11th, and then beat Archbishop Murphy 68-52 at Murphy, and then lost to North Creek 66-59 on December 14th. They had played Murphy the night before. Foul shot is good by Korab, and we're looking at him as our player of the game. He has really stepped up strong here in the second half. There's another one. 5 for 5 from the line in the 4th quarter, and he also has a total of 18 points. Leading scorer for both teams. Timeout called by Lake Stevens. They trail by 6 points. We'll take a quick break. It's STSPN.com. We're here at Jackson High School, STSPN.com. Mark Ockett along with Todd Elvig. Jackson will have the basketball. They lead by 6. Searles to inbound. He is able to find Korab and a foul. No surprise there. They'll send him the other direction again. Once he gets through the traffic, that foul is called against Iman, his second. Korab's going to go to the foul line where he's 5 for 5 in the quarter, 6 for 7 in the game. Jackson already up by 6 points.
You know what I think made the game with Meadowdale so dynamic was the fact that the student sections were both just full, right?
Makes a big difference, there's no doubt.
The energy in the gym is different when you have a bunch of fans there screaming at you.
Oh, it elevates with every 100 fans you keep putting in. It gets more and more electric. Misses the second one. Lake Stevens goes the other way, and a 7-point lead and victory for the Jackson Timberwolves. They're able to even their record up at 2-2. That means 2 wins in a row as they beat Meadowdale on Friday the 13th here just a few days ago, 65-55. And now they have defeated the Lake Stevens Vikings by a tally of 53-46 here at Jackson. And we're going to take a break, and then we'll have our player of the game come up and join us. That is Carter Korab, as he had a big night tonight for the Jackson Timberwolves. Again, the final score, Jackson 53, Lake Stevens 46. You're on STSPN.com worldwide.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the post-game show on STSPN.com. I'm Mark Ockett along with Carter Korab. A great game. You are the Adrenaline Player of the Game. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
You did a great job out there tonight throughout both halves and really helped anchor the victory for the Jackson Timberwolves. Key on a lot of foul shots down the stretch, too. But you hit a couple of field goals in the first quarter. And you and Searles and also Jesse Hoiby, you make a nice combination out there. And Hoiby and Searles are seniors, but you're a junior. So tell us about how much you guys have worked together through the years.
I mean, me, Jalen, and Jesse, we've really gotten to the point where we just, we know each other's strengths and we know where each other are going to be on the floor. And out there, we have great chemistry and we're able to find each other for the ball a lot.
You lost 6 seniors from last year's team, so obviously guys needing to step up, and it's a program that has a great tradition. So now you're even up at 2-2. And so where you're at right now, where do you look to take it? Your next game is going to be coming up against Kamiak on Friday over there.
I mean, Kamiak's going to be a big game. We gotta, we just gotta take each game, one at a time. Make sure we get the win and lead, so we can just keep going.
That sounds great. And how about working with Coach Johnson there? You guys have been together for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great coach. He's able to really good at executing and knowing, his players' strengths and where they can get the ball to be able to score and be successful.
On the other side of the coin, Lake Stevens, Deshaun McFerrin, he's a load to try to handle, isn't he? Wow.
He's a really good player. I mean, that was most of our scouting report was on just, containing him, and I think we did a good job, but I mean, props to him. He played a really good game.
Tell us about your defense that forced them outside, and they tried to hit those 3-pointers in that fourth quarter. They didn't get any.
I think we're able to do a good job doubling down and then recovering out to the 3, so we did, get our hands up on those shooters so they didn't hit those.
What did Coach Johnson tell you at halftime?
He just wanted us to wake up. He thought we weren't playing with as much effort as we can, and
I would agree with him.
So we turned it on the first 3 minutes of the third quarter and no doubt going.
What kind of do you have any schools that you look forward to that you big rivalry that you're like, listen, we want to come to play here?
I mean, GP for sure. That game is always crazy, lots of fans, and that's gonna be a tough game. Game that we have circled.
Neighborhood school.
Yeah.
And you got Glacier Peak there on Friday, January 10th. Glacier Peak here on Wednesday, February 5th, right near the end of the regular season. So those will be fun. And we encourage people to do the double dip. Come out here, be at these games, and then you can watch the game and listen on your phone at the same time. It's a double win. So, we just want to see as much support as possible. We didn't see a lot of student fans from Lake Stevens tonight. You guys had a decent amount, but we can always get more in here. And this gym is built to hold a lot of people.
Now, you play good when you got a big crowd there screaming for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's electric. So, hey, thanks a lot, Carter. We got a T-shirt for you for being. Hopefully that fits.
Thanks,
we got for being player of the game. He'll get a picture of you with that right there, and wear that with pride around campus here at Jackson High School. And we certainly had a great time tonight broadcasting this one. Final score: Jackson 53. Lake Stevens 46. As he's got family here. You got to pose for all those photo ops. I mean, that's just.
We were worried if Lake Stevens won, we were going to give it to the big guy, and I don't know if that shirt fit him.
So you really did very well down the stretch, and we're going, no, that's the guy we're going to make sure to take care of. So thanks a lot for your time. Great interview.
Thank you.
And so we'll talk to you later. That is Carter Korab, and again, 53-46 the final. Todd, you got girls basketball coming up on Friday.
We do. In fact, we're doing as many girls basketball games as boys. In fact, I think we might even do a few extra. But, it's Kamiak and right here at Jackson.
This is a very Title IX oriented broadcast company right here.
Well,
and I love it too.
It's not meant to be about the really popular schools. It's meant to try. The biggest thing is we want to try and get out to everybody, right? We want to do the schools that are struggling. We want to do the schools that are succeeding, because you know what, the kids are putting in all this extra effort.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether they're winning or losing. They're still putting in the time. So, we put in the time.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun for all of us involved and to go to the different schools. And really, folks, if you like what you're seeing here, and this has been going on for a decade now on STSPN.com, let the athletic directors know. Tell them how much you appreciate it. And we appreciate that as well. Just say, hey, keep those games rolling around. And, we try to get to as many gyms as we possibly can and have a great time with it. I want to mention again tonight's presenting sponsor was Speedway Chevrolet. Also joining us tonight as a sponsor, and they've been with us for some time, GNS Heating, Cooling, and Air Conditioning, Fred's Rivertown Ale House in Snohomish, Adrenaline Fundraising, Gene Johnson Plumbing, and McDaniel's Do It Center there in Snohomish as well. Thank you to all of our sponsors on STSPN. So for Sarah Elvig, who is our camera person tonight, she did a great job. Also Todd Elvig, and I'm Mark Ockett saying 53-46 the final score. Jackson over Lake Stevens. Remember, winning is for tonight, but sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Take care, everyone, and have a great rest of your evening and week, and Christmas next week.